Okay. How many observations have we talked about? How many observations have we talked about? How many observations? 5. There are 3 inferences. We haven't gotten to all the inferences yet. But someone go ahead and pick a number between 1 through 5. Okay? What's the 4th observation? Maybe it makes more sense we go in order, but I thought, let's just mix it up. What was the 4th observation? Hallelujah, right? There are twins, though. That's true. But typically, no 2 individuals in the animal world or that of humans, just the way the man upstairs designed us, that will actually look alike. That's observation number 4. Okay? Pick another number. Don't say 4. Okay, 2. Then we'll do 1. So what was observation 2? What do we say about populations? Yeah, they'll fluctuate in size. Okay? So in predator-prey simulations, if your prey item is just soaring in population, times are good as a predator then. But if your prey item all of a sudden either vanishes or decreases in number, evolution is going to, let's say, I don't want to say make its presence known, but evolution will move in action to where maybe an organism's lucky, or those that actually develop the types of tools that allows them to be successful as a predator to then pass that on to the next generation. Each one of these, evolution sometimes deals with luck. But you said observation 2, populations can fluctuate in size, but what can happen if the population becomes too low? They can become what? Extinct. And we talked about the megalodon with that. It could not evolve quick enough. It's the amount of prey that was available for them to consume slowly started to disappear. And when that happens, when you are that large, you have to take in lots of food and nutrients, and when that happens, it couldn't evolve quick enough. The megalodon became extinct. We also talked about a type of mammal that had happened to. It was a type of big cat, saber-toothed tiger. Okay, its habitat had changed too quickly. It was an ambush predator, so if there's nothing to hide behind, there's nothing for it to actually chase and catch and then consume. Can't take in enough nutrients, it goes extinct. Okay, then to the first observation. We picked it over here. What was observation 1? I bet this is annoying. So I keep doing it. Observation 1. Yeah, there's a lot of gametes that are actually produced. How did we explain that with clutch size? A gamete is a reproductive cell. So how did we explain that with the alligators or crocodiles?
They eat their own.
Okay, so remember we had used the number of, what was it, 50? 50 females living in an area that each give birth to or lays 30 eggs. You do the simple math, that's 4,500 potential offspring. But you do not see 4,500 young alligators and crocodiles, do you? There's a certain amount of luck that can happen to move on to be able to reproduce. So that's a lot of gametes, what's produced in the eggs and then fertilized by the male, and not all of them are going to survive to reproduce. Probably what we said, the most important observation was which one? There's only 3 or 5 left. So 3 and 5 left, but probably which one is the most important? Number 3, because that observation had said what? Resources are limited. What are those resources? They're either what or what? Food and habitat. So what happens is the next inferences that Darwin came up with are based off of the first 3 observations, is that survival is not what? It's not random. Sometimes it can be lucky. I think that says that in your inferences. Correct? There's a struggle for existence as well. Then in short, the 5th observation was, we said, is probably the most annoying, and that is what? Oh, you look just like your parents. Yep. Okay. So we'll get this wrapped up and then move forward. So this is where that observation 3 branched off, okay? That resources are limited, food and habitat are an example, okay? There's going to be that struggle for food and shelter. You're always in competition with other species of animals, okay? And the idea is try to have those traits passed on to the next generation. Okay, we talked about this. Okay, you said no 2 individuals look alike. We talked about that was the very first thing we said. Then finally we wrapped up with observation number 5. You tend to resemble your parents. All right. Did we talk about these inferences? Okay. So I want you to think about here, how does this tie into eyesight that we've talked about these yesterday and towards the end of last week? Think about eyesight. Sure. So then when we look at this eyesight, a prey item, where are its eyeballs, I wouldn't say fixed, but where are they generally located? Prey items like gazelles, herbivores, rabbits is what the video talked about. On the side. So what is a rabbit's field of vision? 360 degrees, all the way around. Okay? Why would something like that, okay, this trait of having 360 degrees field of vision, how is that an advantage for that organism? Well, you can see all the way around. Okay? But a problem with that is you can see something, but you don't know what. You don't know how far away it is. But typically that early alarm system is enough to give them that trait to be successful. Okay? Now, for some animals, eyesight went a different direction. Rather than a prey item, what is a predator have for a field of view? Are they further to the side or more so facing front? Okay, they face the front. And what does that do? These fields of view start to do what? They overlap. And when that happens, what takes place? What is this? What's this illustrating? Why is that important? You're right. 3D. What's that third dimension? They can see this direction. They can see this direction. But then what is that? What do we call that? Say that again. Yeah, depth perception, how far away it is. Okay, so those are your 3 dimensions. So some of these traits, depending upon what it is, gives them the success to survive to pass on to the next offspring. Okay? And as you can see, when we got this struggle for existence, that's not random, okay? And some of these traits, how their eyeballs are fixed, well then, it'll tailor to the needs of what that species is, whether it's seeing 360 degrees or how far something away is. Okay? And I don't know, I'm hoping you don't have a whole lot to write with this. All of that. Well then, if that's the case, it'll help you remember it then. Okay, we'll be starting this, finishing that video. Then tomorrow we'll easily finish the chapter. Don't forget vocab quiz on Thursday. Then I'll have your short answer assignment on Friday. So once I start this video, I won't be able to see that on the recording part. So that's where we'll stop. We'll catch up to you next time.